So I'm in round 2. So what I'm doing is I'm purging. I'm doing a purge, getting back to the real world. I might take a 30-day sabbatical from the internet, for real. I've been thinking about doing it for 20 years. I ain't done it yet. I'm doing a, what was that movie? The guy that walked across the, I never watched the movie, but I just remember seeing clips about it. The guy walked across the country. I might work real hard, save up, and just start doing something crazy like that. Purging your soul back to reality. The elite are trying to turn everybody into a little robot, you know, AI robot. When you get out there and you dig some post holes, you mow the yard, you climb up under the house and do some work and get dirt in your eyes and insulation and dust and fighting off the spiders and the bugs and the spider webs. That's real, people. Instead of sitting behind some screen. And I've always worked with my hands my whole life. The 2 times that I did work, 2 or 3 times I worked in an office, it about killed me. I had to get back out to work with my hands. Touch something, you know. Maybe this is a simulation, but it's real if you want it to be real. And so when you reach down here and touch the grass or touch something, it's like, okay, this is the real world. Riding your bike, walking, like right now. I'm gonna fight off this animal. He might try to bite me. Fighting off the snakes and all, you know. You gotta stay strong, people. The elite are trying to turn you into a weak little afraid whatever you want to call it. I went to that restaurant and there's a lady in there. She's always trying to talk to me. She's real nice, but she's just too fragile. You need somebody who's gonna curse you out when you need to be cursed out, or call you out. Let's say you wanted to sleep in on Saturday and the power bill's due. Well, I was sleeping another hour. She needs to get up, get up and put your clothes on, get out there and make some money and pay this power bill. Or I'm going to my mom's and I ain't coming back till you get right. But just not knowing that she wouldn't leave. But I'm just saying, you need somebody. Everybody needs somebody to call them out on their junk, you know. I was raised around, you know, this is what I've experienced online is just stupid. It ain't even nothing to the real world. I mean, if you're raised around a bunch of alcoholics, drinkers, drug heads, drunks, cocaine, what's the other, what's that other drug that people get addicted to real bad? Heroin. Used to be heroin. You raised around that and escape all that as a child. Then as an adult, that ain't nothing. There's these 2 ladies that were sitting out on the bench yesterday at work. I said, you know, you 2 are my most favorite people. And one of them sitting there smoking. The other one's sitting there cursing like a sailor. She's young and she's cursing like a sailor. And they say, why you say that? I said, because y'all just real. Y'all are just real in a plastic world. Just being real. That's all you want, really. People don't have to be right, just as long as they're real. Everybody's got wrong thinking in some ways. Your loving kindness is better than life. My lips shall praise you. We're putting up new verses on that sign. And so, you know, that lady at that restaurant is probably a church-going lady, you know, and praise God for people going to church and getting saved and all that. But a lot of times you have the churchy mindset where if you say something that's not the norm, or not in their little box, or not in their little cube. If I was to say something like, when I was married, if I say, these people came out of their house and didn't say, hey, hi, how are you? Shake their head, nothing. That tells you what you're in right there. You're in a society of people who are just disconnected from humanity. It's sad. They wouldn't even look up. And they're not even talking to each other. Look at that, man and a woman not even talking. Like they hate each other or something. But the church, I'll think of that movie name in a minute, or whatever his name is. But the church people, you know, when you're married to somebody in that church box, and you say something like off the normal parlance, the normal conversation that they're used to hearing. If you say, they say, what are you doing? I say, I'm chilling. She look at you like, what'd you just say? Like you're a bad person or something. Or they call you on the phone. Where you going? Where you going? Where you at? I'm heading back to the crib. Look at you like you're crazy. To me, once you hit a certain level of awareness or knowledge, you realize it's all just a box. Everybody's in a box. So my kind would have to be married to somebody who's outside the box and is kind of rough. A reformed, rough person. She'd have to be able to I'm telling you, that lady at the restaurant, I was like, woman, you don't even have a clue what you'd be facing off with. You'd be called out on all your junk and your contradictions and your false belief systems. And I would hope that you'd get one that called you out on your junk, because that's the whole purpose of marriage, to be cut and turned back to source. Yeah, it should be done in a nice way. It should be done in a way that's graceful, yeah. But if you don't show grace, you need somebody to say, zip it, or close that mouth for 5 minutes. I can't handle it right now, or something like that. Or you might have somebody that says, hey, look, you look like you're frustrated. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a drive. You sound like you're just dealing with something. And you say, I don't want to go for a drive. And she says, get your clothes on. We're going for a drive. Just shut up and go, because I know what you need. You need somebody that's strong in any kind of relationship, a job, a business. You need employees. You need a boss. You need employees that can endure hardship, because it's a ship. A marriage is a ship. If you got a ship, okay, let's say you're out on the ocean. Is this thing still running? Yes, it is. So you got the captain of the ship. And so let's say your wife is the co-captain. And the ship gets something, a swordfish comes up and stabs you, and she says, okay, let me take the wheel. And while she's holding the wheel, she pulls the swordfish out of your arm or wherever it hits you, and she patches up the wound while she's driving the ship. That's what kind of woman you need. Where she can take the lead anytime, but she lets you take the lead because that's your role, you know. You need a strong crew, and you need a strong captain, and you don't need to be following some kind of fake plastic verbiage that you learned in church, which church is good, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying the plastic face, perfect pants, perfect clothes, perfect shoes, perfect words, perfect verbiage, never, you know, I might not curse, but I know other people do, and you don't expect them to be perfect and say the right thing all the time. Everybody has this is real, people. This is real. I'm definitely not a tree hugger. But when's the last time you went out and touched a plant or a tree or the dirt or the grass? Just had the texture of it on your hand, you know? Instead of some computer screen or something. I wish I could think of that guy's name. He walked across the country. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a purge. Purging my soul. The online cowards sit there and try to pull you into their little fake reality. It's like, you don't even know who you're talking to. I was raised eating beans and rice and deviled eggs, and the way I had to survive in this life around a bunch of redneck. I mean, I had people around. I had a great uncle that he didn't even eat. He just drank beer all the time. The cursing and I think I had some uncles that went to jail for murder, you know. And it's like, I've been around rough people my whole life. This society don't even have a clue. I mean, if we broke down on the road, we'd have to walk up here, go to the payphone, and or walk home, and then put the tools in a backpack or something, and then ride your bike back or walk back and fix it right there on the road, you know. One time I had a drive shaft all out of the car, and I just borrowed somebody's car, went up to the junkyard, bought a drive shaft, put it in the car right there on the street, you know. People don't even know what hard life is. I'm sitting there trying to watch Charles Stanley on the TV, and I got all this noise in the house, and I'm focused on trying to learn what he's saying. I got all this noise around me. Chaos. It's like, Forrest Gump. I don't know what that movie was about, but I would suspect, the way I have holographic mind now, I would suspect that deep down in the storyline, if I could Google it on AI and ask them what is it about and what are the deeper meanings, it would probably say it was about purging the soul. Because when you're walking, like I say, you're facing off with the crickets, the trees, the bugs, the snakes, the dogs, the cats. And you got to be in the real world. Even though it's a simulation, this grass still feels real. It's real if you want it to be real, right? Like all these people, I think this is the AA house. It's like one of these places over here is the Alcoholic Anonymous. Let's see if that's it. That's the back door, I think. And so they're bringing them in there and say, you know what they tell them when they go in there? You're always an alcoholic. You'll always be. It's one day at a time. No, you get born again. You're a saint. You're not an alcoholic. See, they're brainwashed and think, I'm always weak. I'm always tired. I'm always sick. I'm always an alcoholic. I'm always a drug head. I'm always whatever. And I watched them my whole life. And because people told them that, they stayed in it. But if you start telling people, hey, you're a saint, you're free, you're a truther, you're free, you're free. You're not a slave to that. I'm trying to get some kind of burn going here, breaking a sweat, or I got 2 shirts on trying to break a sweat. You get a phone call from your little delicate churchianity wife and says, what are you doing? Walking. What's the weather like? The hawk is out. What? The hawk is out. It's windy. I don't like when you talk like that. I'm hanging up now. Okay. Catch you later. You see, if you don't fit in their mold, you don't fit in their little plastic world. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's the churches. I don't care if it's online. If you say, hey, to a person who hadn't really done the meditation, say, hey, it's a red plus blue. It's a red versus blue system. Tell your wife, hey, I just woke up. We're in a box, we're in the cube, we're in the 6-6 cube, the flesh mind is everywhere. We gotta escape the cube. You know what she'll do? Try to lock you up. You're crazy. You need to be in a funny farm. It really happened to me. I had a wife and a best friend try to have me put away because I wouldn't play the game. The fake reality game. Well, you're rough around the edges. I've always been rough. That's the way I was raised. But by the grace of God, I got saved. I wasn't really rough. I was just around people that were rough. And it kind of, you know, a lot of people say, when you talk to people, you're a little bit rough. And I say, I don't even notice it. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So I tried to change my approach, you know. Other people will help you get to a new level, next level. I'm not a tree hugger, but I promise if you go out and just touch a plant or a tree, it's going to change your whole. Put your hand in the dirt. Dig in the dirt like you did when you were a kid. Do something. Plant you a garden or something. Do something. You're being slowly boiled like a little frog. You're being turned into an AI robot. You don't even know it. You need somebody that sometimes has to curse you out to wake you out of your slumber, you know? People used to get mad at me on my channel because I just raised my voice, say, wake up, wake up. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just trying to shock them. Shock them back into reality. Now I'm walking here. I don't have any water. See, I'm forcing my body to think survival. Like it was in the olden days. Breaking a sweat, thirsty. I'm trying to get to where I'm tired. I walk all day at work, so I won't get tired. But it would be nice to get to a point where I have to just get so tired I have to stand over here on this pole and lean on this pole. You want to push your body to the edge, you know? You got to do it because everybody's in the comfort mode, comfort zone. You said something I didn't like. You hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me comfort you. Let me put you in this little box and padded room. And let me, what kind of drink do you want? Okay, yeah, we're going to add some sugar to it. And we're going to make it taste good. There's people out there that don't like water. I'm sitting here thinking, they say I should drink more water. I had somebody tell, a man, an older man, tell me, he said he don't like the taste of water. I said, man, what are you talking about? You got to have water. People are so brainwashed with the food, the chemtrails, the TV, the media, the churchianity. It's all box life. They're so brainwashed they can't even handle drinking water. They got to have some sugar in the water. They couldn't build this deck if somebody paid them $10,000. And this deck is not hard. It's not a hard deck to build. You think I like walking beside this traffic noise? But I'm doing it because I'm forcing my senses, my 5 senses, to stay awake, to shock it, to shock. You gotta put yourself under shock. Do something outside the. In other words, like when you're riding a bike, you're actually exercising your legs, but you're also exercising your arms and don't even know you're exercising your arms. I had a shoulder problem. I started riding a bike, shoulder problem went away in like 2 seconds. Like after a couple rides, it went away. I didn't even know it was going to affect my shoulder. I think that's why people go to the old folks' home too fast. Because they're not doing anything different. They're stuck in a plastic world, plastic cars, plastic phone, plastic computer, plastic faces, plastic shoes, plastic floor, plastic everything. Plastic conversation, plastic hearts, plastic, plastic, plastic. This guy over here is an independent Baptist. Every time I talk to him, we have a good conversation. I might walk over there. I try to tell him not to eat sugar and get some exercise, but he don't listen. He makes so much money, he thinks. Probably thinks he don't need to hear anybody else. He didn't see me. I don't think he remembers. It's been about 5 years since I went over there. Try to wave to somebody and they think nowadays it was normal to wave. People going down the road, you wave. It's normal. People now are just zombies, scared of everything. Now look at this walkway. In the middle of this, like right in here, there's these little crosshair things. That's the cross. And these little indentions that are pointing up, they're not indentions, they're nipples, I guess, pointing up. That's the blood. The blood of his cross. And it's yellow, the cross, the yellow, color yellow is the caution sign. Look at that. I'm actually touching a leaf, people. When's the last time you touched a leaf? I'm actually put it in my mouth and taste it. I put that in my mouth and tasted it. People need to get back to reality. I'm purging my soul. Like I say, I might do a 30-day fast from online, and seriously. Look at the very thing I'm talking about. Look at that. Outdoor adventures, equipment rental and trips right there. Phone number and everything. Look at that. Outdoor adventures, equipment rental and trips. I'm breaking a sweat finally. Somebody's sink will get stopped up, or their toilet stopped up, and I go over in like 2 seconds, fix it. They're like, they think I'm doing some kind of miracle or something. People think you're like doing a miracle when you're just doing something that's normal. People don't even take their trash. They're afraid to walk 3 steps to take their trash out. It just blows your mind. I'm not mad at them. I know they've been tricked. They've been deceived. They've been lied to. They've been manipulated. Everybody's under MK Ultra mind control. You can't be mad at the human, mad at the devils, you know, mad at the demons. When's the last time you walked through a park? I mean, well, I haven't done this in a while. I'm actually going to cut through, off the sidewalk, through a park. I just almost fell in a little ditch. I dropped down about that much, it felt like. Maybe I'll fall in the ditch, have to climb out. Remember when you were a kid? You fall, hurt your knee, climb that tree, get stuck. Oh, maybe I have to have a challenge here. Oh, I had a challenge. I had to step. I had to make a step. Oh, here's another challenge. I got to walk through some sand. The reason I'm able to say this is because I know the game is being played on all of it. Oh, I stepped in some sand. Being played on all of us. I don't care who it is. You're all under attack. When I first started riding the bike, I'd come across a limb. And at first when I did, I thought, oh no, I got stupid limb. And then as I rode the bike more, I started to get back to normal. And so when I came across a limb, I thought, praise God, I know how to get through the limb. It's a good challenge. Weave and bob and balance. I see people get frustrated over little stupid stuff, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you that you've been brainwashed. Oh no, I got an obstacle. I got to step above that obstacle. Oh no, I got to take my trash out. My wife yelled at me, said I need to go I need to make $80 today to pay the power bill. Oh no, she hates me. No, she's trying to push you out of the bed, man. She poured water on me to get up. Praise God, she's trying to keep you alive. Hope it had ice in it. Yeah, but it got on my nerves. Well, when the power bill goes out, that's really going to get on your nerves. I want to play my video games. That's what the women ought to do. I see women on the job. I talk to women about how their husband just wants to play video games. I actually saw it. This woman's I actually saw this. This woman's working a job. She's handicapped. And she's doing she don't have legs. And she's doing a remote job. And her husband's there playing video games. And this ain't a one-time thing. But she's stuck with him because he's handicapped. And she's probably thinking nobody else will want me. Which they might not. I don't know. Maybe he's brave enough to step into that. I don't know. Maybe they were that way before. But the woman's over there trying to make the living. He's playing video games. Even while they probably get, even if you get disabled money, you probably need more money, you know? I've never walked right here before. So it's something new. I'm doing a purge. I'm doing a soul purge. What did Jesus say? You got to come to the kingdom as a little child. And I'm not talking about be foolish. I'm not talking about do stupid stuff. But I'm just saying, have the heart of a child where you're learning spiritual truths, and you're willing to do your fasting, your purging, your sacrifice, your blood, sweat, tears. You know, if he went to the cross and endured the cross, and we're sitting here worried about, see, we want to be strong really for other people. Be strong for yourself, and then be strong for other people. So you want to walk around the block and break a sweat because you want to be strong for your wife. Or if it's a wife, she wants to be strong, walk around the block so she can be strong for her kids, you know, or her husband, or whatever. Just people need to get out of the boxes. The church denominational box, the political boxes, yeah, I vote straight Republican. But some of the Republicans are narcissistic dictators too, you know. We know Kamala Harris wants to be a dictator. We know they are socialistic dictators, but on the Democrat side, but there's some on the Republican side. So before war breaks out, a lot of this stuff I'm doing because I feel like we might have a war. We saw what happened with the hurricanes. You better get strong, and you better quit crying. You better quit complaining, and the man needs to quit saying, well, she said something to hurt my feelings, and the woman needs to say, he hurt my feelings. Maybe he's trying to help you break some kind of AI program that you don't even know you have. Everybody needs to quit crying and being babies. If you're in a church and you say something just kind of like, that's not the, or let's say you're anywhere in a group or anything, you don't have to be a church. Let's say you say something that they consider is out of character for you, and you wake up and you say, oh, they don't even know me, so let me get away from these people. They don't know who I am, and they're legalistic and they're plastic. And run. I mean, run and don't look back. It's a rough life, people. You better stay strong. And the human body is designed for resistance. You know it's a rough life. Look at the rust on that door right there. Notice rust turns reddish brown, like the blood, color of the blood.